Welcome to another episode of On the Shelf. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at a review of Pop Culture Shock's Mortal Kombat 9 Sub-Zero quarter scale statue. This is the standard edition of the statue, or retail as Pop Culture likes to say. It's number 251 of 400. Didn't get the exclusive this piece. I like the switch outs for the regular, so I didn't feel the need to get the exclusive. I've had this in my collection for quite some time. It's one of my first pieces, and so I've had a lot of time to reflect on it and appreciate it, and then really provide a review of somebody that's had this for a while and not just initial reactions out of a box. Okay, so a bit of history from Mortal Kombat for me. So Mortal Kombat 1 for me is a huge childhood game, along with 2 and 3. The potentially form top 1, 2 or 3 game or game franchise in my childhood. I loved playing them to death. So massive Mortal Kombat fan. It's part of my gaming collection line that I collect gaming statues, as well as a few other lines. So yeah, I was very excited to get this piece. This was my first Pop Culture Shock statue, so I didn't know what to expect from Pop Culture Shock when I got this. I've subsequently got half a dozen more Pop Culture Shock statues. I'm very impressed with their quality. It's just their time of getting pieces out, so you can't really collect their pieces very fast. It takes years for them to release anything. Currently got Cuddle Khan on order at the moment. There's no ETA on its due date, but I'm very much looking forward to that. So that's to go with my Baraka MK9 piece. So very excited for when they arrive. Okay, so let's get on to the review. So it's a stunning visual piece in any display. It is a piece that draws attention when people look at my collection. So very happy to have it. So starting from the base, we have the icy outcrop, which is like he's doing his trademark slide and trading all the ice around him as he's doing that slide. All these ice spurs that are coming out, you see in the clear resin, they're all separate pieces that you lock into place. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of working out, but well worth it in the end. This is very much an action pose. The ice is done really nicely in the bottom. I do have issue of his feet have never quite sat in the base. It's got that little bit of a float to it. The gravity's never pulled it quite down, unfortunately. Hopefully it drops a bit one day. Especially that front foot mainly. It's a very tight fit getting him in place. The paintwork is exceptional on this piece. My only real qualm, and I would have to go back and check the game, but the blue on his mask is different to the blue on his jacket, quite noticeably. It looks a little strange in this piece. I don't know if that's game accurate or not. I'll have to check. But the different shades of blue, do clash a little bit. I've currently got the head on with the eyes, where there's also the head without the eyes, with just the white eyeballs. I prefer the head with the eyes. I prefer to have eyes on my pieces. I think it adds life to them as statues. Even though I might prefer the white eyes for Sub-Zero or Scorpion themselves, I prefer an actual statue to have eyes. It just adds to when somebody's looking at the piece, appreciating it. Adds to that realism. So as we move up the piece, there's lots and lots of detail on the legs, lots of detail with how with little pieces of carvings up the legs, on the foot, up the pelvic cover or cloth. And then that folds right the way up through to the belt. The belt's showing more of that detail. Up the side of the piece, you can see where his top tunic, I suppose, or for lack of a better term, joins with the sculpted stitching put in place there on the belt and on the robe itself. Looks incredibly nice. Just turning it around, you see the same detail on the back. Lots of shading on this statue, so shading all the way through the sculpted cloth. The hands all individual fingers are done on the back hand really nicely. It's got the nail. The skin tone, pop culture always does fantastic skin tone. They really never let you down with skin tone or muscle sculpts. Just continuing to spin it around. So the pieces that are removable on this are the two arms and the head, as well as he comes out of the base, and those spikes are removed from the base as well. So the two arms are all fitted by magnets. Everything in this piece is connected by a magnet. So great paintwork all the way up the arm. We've got more detail, and as we get to the arm itself and to the end of the arms, it's turning icy colour, and it looks almost translucent, but it's actually all paint, and it looks very cool. The sword is a masterpiece as well. So as for the head, it really nice paintwork on the head as well. I did have with my it wasn't an exclusive head, but the switch out head. On the inside of the grill, there is, on the base of the inside of the grill where the blue is, there is areas where the paint is missing. So a little bit disappointed with that, but it's not the head I want to display, so it's not an end of the world. I've had a very unlucky run with Pop Culture Shock statues. Out of the half a dozen I've got currently, this is pretty much the only one I haven't had to send back due to a fault. I know most people and the general consensus is that Pop Culture Shock have fantastic quality control, but I've just been very unlucky in that regard when purchasing these statues. Hopefully my Kotal Khan of MK9 comes out perfect for the one that I receive. I'll be very happy if that's the case. So, just for some closing comments, this was my favourite piece in my collection for quite a period of time, until I've got some other pieces that have superseded it now. But in my game statue line, this is definitely probably my second favourite piece behind Baraka. Baraka, I just love the teeth, although it has a particular flaw in the architecture of the piece. The Baraka statue for me is slightly better than this one, but if it also depends on what characters you love in the game. My preferred character in the game is Nightwolf, but I know that there's a high likely chance that Pop Culture Shock will never make a Nightwolf statue. So I'm not a huge fan on the ninjas. I've just suppose they're a bit old hat for me, being an original arcade and Mega Drive player for this game series. So they're little. Some people have a fairly strong nostalgic playback when they see a lot of these characters. For me, I like a lot of the more, say, MK3 characters than I do the original MK1s and MK2s. But in saying that, if a Kano was done, I would be ecstatic for a classic Kano. Thanks for watching, and please comment below. Let us know what you think. Also, if you guys have any Mortal Kombat statues or Mortal Kombat nostalgia stories that you want to put in the comments, please feel free. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.